James, I've been following Gigantic for quite a while. Let's take a look at some of the footage you brought here today. And for some people who are unfamiliar with Gigantic, it has a pretty unusual core gameplay to it.
Yeah, so as the name implies, it centers around these gigantic creatures. It's 5-on-5 PvP. Play it on Windows 10, play it on Xbox One. And each team consists of 5 unique heroes, but they also have this Guardian that's AI controlled and is the objective in the game. So you've got your Guardian, the enemy team has theirs, and whichever Guardian dies, their team loses.
And I know that one of the core elements to the gameplay is that it's a mix of a shooter and a MOBA. How do you merge those two together for the hero creation?
It's actually been pretty fluid and really fun for us from a development standpoint. So, as we look at these different heroes, what we tried to do is just, we started with the basis of shooter controls, and we wanted to draw on MOBAs and strategy games and look at ways to make it a really compelling strategic back and forth. But each one of these heroes gives us a chance to create a character that works for people who have different skill set as players or like a different play style. So some of these guys really require some twitch aiming. Some of them don't. Some of them are more kind of action brawler. Some of them use more sophisticated skill interactions or more for kind of RPG players.
Well, I know that a lot of MOBAs, the heroes are very statistical based. If you're a DPS, if you're a tank, it's defined by those numbers. But in a shooter, so much of what seems like would define a character's strength would be the player's ability to aim. How do you balance those two?
We assume that you're good at the character depending on what the character calls for. And some of them...
That's a bold move.
Some of them don't call for as much aiming skill. Some of them are much more about tactical thinking, positional thinking. So there's a character, Griselma, that summons these portal creatures. And so she's not really doing the combat herself, but she's got to think strategically about how she places things. Some of the characters, a melee character, it's more about, when you're going to get in there and mix it up versus when you need to hang back.
And I know that there's a lot of very unusual hero design in the game. What are some of the ones that you're particularly excited about?
Oh, man. All of them are a lot of fun. I think
you don't get to say that answer. You have to get some really cool ones,
All right.
Yes.
We've actually had a lot of fun on the team just letting people sort of put their creative vision into things. So, each character sort of represents different influences from different team members. But
cool.
Vadasi is one of the characters that I've always really liked playing. She's got 4 arms. She's a character that can run around and heal, sort of uses a beam skill to heal. But she can also hurt enemies. And with all the characters, during the course of the battle, you get to pick upgrades as you go. And those upgrades are branching upgrades on each skill that can make the character play in very different ways. So you can build Vadasi to be sort of the ultimate healer, or you can actually build her to do some real damage too.
Well, like I said, I've been following development of your games for quite some time. Very excited to see the full product soon. I understand, according to the screen, that the beta is in August?
Yeah. We're moving along. That's going to be closed beta, though we're going to try to let a pretty good number of people in, and then look for open beta later this year.
Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for coming out once again.
Thank you.
David Phinney.
Hey, thanks a lot.